So let's talk about the Mixolydian scale. The way I like looking at it, it's a major scale, but the seventh is lowered. So let's say we're in the key of D. Okay, so we got the root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, minor seven or flat seven, and back to the root. Okay, it's very important that you are able to play this in good flow. Okay, very important. Whenever you're learning any scale, you want to be able to play it pretty well. Like, you should be able to tell where each interval of that particular scale is. A good way of practicing that is you can sing with the syllables. So do re mi fa sol la ti do ti la sol fa mi re do. And then you can try different kinds of patterns. Like, let's say do re major second, do mi major third, do fa perfect fourth, do sol perfect fifth, do la major sixth, do te minor seven, do perfect octave. It should be really well set in your ears, and you should be able to just identify things at a pretty decent level. Okay, once you're at that level, now we have to figure out how to actually start using this little scale. Okay, when we're thinking music philosophically, we're not necessarily thinking of scales when we're trying to improvise, right? All of the scales, arpeggios, etc. that we learn, that's homework. That is what you're supposed to be working on at home, not on stage. Okay, on stage, it's about using the vocabulary that you've already built while practicing these scales, arpeggios, etc. If we are thinking of creating vocabulary, what is vocabulary? Vocabulary is a huge umbrella under which we are talking about scales, arpeggios, licks, melodic cells, rhythms, rhythmic motifs, etc. All of that, to me at least, they all fall under vocabulary. So let's build some vocabulary. Okay, ideally have some licks up your sleeves, because what's going to happen is, even if we are improvising on stage, chances are you might not be having the best day, and you may not feel as creative on stage as you were feeling off stage. In those cases, your brain is not going to work much, neither will your hands work much, so you're going to go back to these chops that you create for yourselves. Really just have a few licks up your sleeves. Okay, so let's build a few licks. Let's say when I'm hearing this particular scale, right, that particular flat 7 has a pretty strong presence in that sound. So we're going to label this as the characteristic note. Now, when I first create any kind of a lick based on this particular scale or any other scale, I'm going to try and create licks which are outlining that particular sound of the scale. Okay, so let's say, so they're like so do di de, right? So the 5 root 7 landing on the flat 7. And when I use different kinds of rhythmic motifs over it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I can, you can always try and proceed that with other licks, etc. Or in this case, I was just permutating the ideas a little bit in that moment, right? So my basic idea was, and any kind of permutation and combination of that, of course, becomes other ideas, which adds to your little vocabulary, right? So on, etc. Now there were quite a few licks I ended up playing there anyway, but let's say I try to create a lick which is a little bit wider. Okay, so in such a case, I can use the idea of maybe skipping a string, right? So far we have only worked on one octave. So you wanna work on another octave. So I have another octave right there. I'm not gonna show that to you. You should figure that out by yourself. You know, like do some work. Spoon feeding hardly ever works. So I'm not gonna spoon feed you. Figure that out by yourself. But once you have it figured out, you can try and maybe let's say you're playing and then you have another up there, right? What if you play the mi on top here and then the fa and so here, like, so that becomes a little bit of a wider sort of idea right there, right? Like here I played mi, fa, so, re. Okay, so the third, fourth, fifth, and the 2 or 9, you wanna, whatever you wanna call it, right? So these are a few ways of really learning a scale and getting the hang of it, creating more and more licks. Okay, the whole point of learning scales is so that you can just add more sonic palette, like more options for yourself in terms of creating music, right? That's the whole point of learning music, right? It's not about, like, it's not like music theory is gonna turn you into a great musician. It's only gonna turn you into a great musician if you actually use it to create music, right? It's not gonna turn you into a great musician if you just keep talking about music theory. That's pointless. That's useless, right? You can talk about all the music theory on this planet, but if you're not actually applying it, it's useless. You're wasting your own time. You're wasting everybody else's time as well. So stop wasting your time. Create little short ideas based on the scales that you work on, right? Now I can talk about arpeggios, etc., or even like applying pentatonic ideas with these, but I think for this particular video I'm gonna keep it short and just stick to this particular idea of creating short ideas within the scale. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'm just gonna go into a state of flow and play a few short ideas. You can steal them, you can give me credit for them, you can not give me credit for them, whatever you want to do. But if you have come this far in the video, a like and a share would be appreciated, and a subscribe would be even more appreciated. So yeah, if you have more questions, feel free to comment down below. And I am a full-time music educator, so if you want to take private lessons with me, if you want to go deeper into these subjects about Mixolydian scale and a lot more, hit me up. My details are in the description box below. So yeah, I provide online lessons. So yeah, we'll figure something out. Yeah, I'm gonna start playing. So here again, that's my root. Do, do. there are a few licks you can steal from that. Yeah, I'm not gonna write that out because I don't remember what I played. But I can teach you how to play stuff like that or how to come up with ideas like that. So hit me up for private lessons. And again, if you've come this far in the video, thank you for watching. Really appreciate that. I'm Subharaj Ghosh, signing off. Bye.